channel. So today we have a almost full face tutorial. We're going to skip the skin and whatnot because today we're going to focus on all the products, all the new products that I got from Profusion. I was in Target. I went into Target for a pen. I was minding my jolly business, was going to check out. I saw that red sign that said 30% off and it was in the cosmetics aisle. I said, ooh, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up. And it happened to be Profusion, which I had been hearing so much about on Instagram lately. Like a lot of different, my favorite like bloggers and whatnot have been posting about it or using it in their pictures, and I just saw it tagged. So I'm like, let's see if you know what Profusion is talking about, because the price point, baby, A1, okay, A1. Nothing that I saw was over $10. So, and then it was additional 30% off of that. Oh yeah, it was a win. So we racked up. We got a whole bunch of products. We got some palettes. We got the little kits that they have. So today is going to be a tutorial and review because I have used them before, so which was my first impressions. So now I feel like I have a better gist of how they work and what products I like and don't like, and what products you should definitely get, and some that you can like maybe mix with some that you already, products that you already have, and then some that you can just like completely pass on. So if you would like to see how I created this look and hear all about this bomb brand Profusion, just keep on watching. Alright, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the brows, and the first thing that I use is the Profusion Brow Kit. It's a really cute kit. It comes with a little dual-ended spoolie brush and like a angled brush to apply the brow, well, you know, put on the brow. Here I'm using the brow primer, which I've never used before, and I did not use it in my first attempt at using these products because I've just never had one before. So I use a spoolie brush to apply that and comb it through the brows and just get those hairs into place. So now I'm doing my normal steps. I'm taking the brow pencil that came in this kit as well. It's a really soft pencil. I was very surprised. It drew on very easily and it was very pigmented. So now I'm taking the color Slate from this brow kit, and I'm going to use the angle brush that came with it to fill in my brows like I would normally. It pretty much exactly matches Soda Pop from the JH Morphe palette, which is what I use to fill in my brows. And I normally use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz to outline it. So now I'm just carving them out, and I'm just using a regular concealer brush that I always use in the Tarte Shape Tape in Deep. Tarte is still canceled. We just have it in the collection, so we have to use it. And then buffing it out. All of these steps you can see like in more detail in my Makeup for Dummies series. I go through step by step on makeup application process. So now I'm using the brow gel. This was another product that I was a little surprised at, because when it says gel, I'm thinking of a thicker consistency. This one was more watery, but it does dry down and lock the brows into place. I do consider it to be a really nice brow gel because you can see all the hairs when it dries, and it just looks really, really natural. So now I'm using the Profusion eyeshadow primer, and again I was confused with it because it felt greasy in consistency, but after I applied it to the eye and blended it out, it dries down, not hard matte, but it definitely blocks out any oils that are going to seep through and potentially mess up your eyeshadow creation. So I get a lot of questions from people about what to do, what primer should they use, or what shadow base should they use when they're applying eyeshadows because they have oily lids and their eyeshadow will slip and slide. I think this is the one. I've never had a shadow primer that worked this well besides the P. Louise base, which is what I do. I use a combination of the two because this does not block out any of your eye color, whereas the P. Louise base does. It like completely overhauls your eye color. So whatever pigment that you're putting on top of it, it's going to be as true to what's in the palette as possible. So I like this because the Profusion shadow base made the P. Louise base apply even more opaque. So I feel like I'm getting more color payoff by using the combination of the two primers. So I decided to use this Sienna's palette from the Profusion, and I'm just in love with their palettes, y'all. And I normally don't like the brushes that come with palettes, but theirs are like durable. It really felt luxe, even though it's an extremely affordable brand. So we have this dual-ended brush that has a flat shadow brush on one end and then a buffing brush on the other. This one's a little more densely packed and it doesn't flow as freely as some of my other blending brushes, but it does pick up the product really nicely. So to begin applying the shadows, I'm going to take the shades Cryptic and I think that in Fearless, because I couldn't see it before. And I'm gonna start working that into my upper crease, and this is going to be my pretty much transition shade, my first transition shade. I don't know where I was going with this look at all. I was just picking up colors, whatever called my name, and we just created a look from it. But as you can see how beautifully and smoothly these shadows are applying, it's not patchy at all. It's very pigmented. It goes on smooth, and they blend and work so well together. I was just beyond impressed with this affordable brand, because there are luxury brands that eyeshadows that don't apply like this. So I was geeked. So we're just gonna take patting, circular, and windshield wiper motions to blend this out, and I just keep packing it on until it's as pigmented as I want. You do have to build these shadows up, and I found that you have to like break into the color before it really gives you the payoff that you're expecting it to have. So it's kind of like you need to get that top layer off because it's like a barrier of some sorts, and then the color really picks up and applies so beautifully. So this is the shade Devotion on another similar like buffing type of brush. And I just went back and forth. I applied that to the crease, and then I went back with my first brush to get the orange shades back popping. So now I'm using this 7 multi-finish shadow palette, and I'm taking this cranberry-ish mauve color. You see how bright and pigmented these pick up and apply so beautifully. And I'm using a smaller detailing brush to apply that to the crease as well. I feel like it just gave that initial Devotion shade a little more pop. But I will be going back in the crease with that after I get this blended to my liking. So now I'm using my Morphe M167 brush and the P. Louise shadow base to go ahead and give myself a clean, super clean cut crease. I'm using the techniques that I saw in the Kiki Adams video. I will link her video down below because it definitely has some really, really good techniques on how to apply makeup, period, especially for getting a nice clean cut crease. So I'm just taking my time doing that, and I'll use 2 different brushes to that, which I don't normally do, but it makes so much sense to do. So you can see how this P. Louise beige blocks all that shadow out, and this is just really going to allow the shadows to apply as true to the palette as possible and just give you all the effects that I have. If it's a shimmer, if it's a matte, it's going to give you the best payoff. So I get my cut to how I think I like it, and then we're gonna start applying the lid color. So I'm just using a regular flat shadow brush, and I'm taking the color Conquest, which is like a silvery champagne mix type of shimmer. We're gonna place 3 different colors on the lid to fill in this cut crease area. So after we use Conquest, we're going to go into Tickled, and you can see I'm really digging in to get that top layer off because the colors really pay off once you get past that initial barrier. I'm using the color Tickled, and we're going to place that in the center and just blend it into Conquest and over towards the outer corner where we'll be placing a matte shadow. And Tickled is just like a true gold. So now we'll be taking Groovy on another flat shadow brush and buffing that into the outer third of the eye. We're going to place it to fill in the color, and then we're going to use a blending brush to soften it into Tickled so it's not as harsh of a transition. It just blends and flows really nicely with the rest of the look. So you can see I'm using a light hand to buff it on, and then now I'm using a blending brush to kind of sweep it into the gold Tickled color. So this kit, that 7 multi-finish shade eyeshadow palette came in a kit where we got tweezers, and we also got this liquid liner pen. I've never had a liquid liner pen to actually work for me. They just never deposit onto my eye. So I was very, very impressed that this one was so easy to use and actually applied on my eyes. Now it was not as black as I like, but that's fine. I used the black shade from that 7 multi-finish shadow palette to go ahead and fill it in to make it darker. And I'm just using a small detailing brush to do so. So we're just making this black liner really opaque with that eyeshadow, but I was very impressed because it made it really easy for me to make an even wing liner. So now we're going into the Blush and Glow Kit 2. They have 2 different ones, 1 and 2 of course. 1 is catered more towards lighter skin tones, and 2 is for, I felt was more catered to darker skin tones. And I'm just using a stippling brush and the blush called Lovejoy and applying it to the apples of my cheeks. Here's a couple swatches of the highlights in this Glow and Blush set or palette, and I wanted to compare them to the Illuminizer 2. Again, there's a 1 which I felt the shades were just more compatible for brighter skin tones. This has 5 different highlighter shades in it, and I really feel like I can use all of them. I may not use all of them as a highlight, but I can definitely use all of these shades. Very impressed with them. And I'm mixing one of the blushes, and I think it's called Sparkle, and and I think the highlight shade Comet to give my highlight today. I really like how these highlights and blushes apply. It's just really soft and sheeny on the skin. It's not like glittery or chunky, so it gives you that glow from within look, which I absolutely love. That's my thing right now. I may go back to glittery look one day, but I've been loving the sheen. So I'm just applying it to the highest points of my cheekbones, nose, and brows, bridge of the nose, all of that, normal highlighting spots. So I prep my lips with my chapstick, it's LITTY.com, before I apply the lipstick, and we're using the Lips to Go Trio in the shade Dream. So I applied my NYX Expresso Liner, which I always do. It just makes every lip look bomb. And now I'm using the Dream Liquid Matte Lipstick to create my little lip concoction. As I showed the doe foot of this, it's so cool because it actually like grips your lips, so it just applies really nicely and really smoothly. Most of them are just like straight, but I just love doe foot applicators, period. And this is the Dream Lip Topper Lip Gloss. Now the applicator on this, trash. Like, it does not move. I don't know, this throwback hairs thing, they definitely could have kept it. I really wish it would have had the same exact applicator as the liquid lipstick. I'm gonna go on Amazon to try and find, because it's like a standard bottle shape, I'm gonna find a different lip applicator because I love the gloss and it really took the look to the next level for me, but that little brush, it will not do. So this is our finished look, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So my final thoughts on Profusion is they are a Litty brand. If you didn't already get that from the intro, it's a Litty brand. Like, the price point is it. And for the products to work as well as they do, like, there's some drugstore brands that are like way more well known that do not work and have as good as quality as these products that I have. Like, I pretty much love everything that I freaking picked up. The only thing that I will, like, I'm gonna look on Amazon and see if they have like interchangeable like standard lip topper thingies, because that lip gloss applicator, trash. Like, if I felt like it was stabbing me in my lip, I cannot. And then as far as like the lips to go kits go, like, I got 3 different ones. I didn't show them all, but I got 3 different ones, and like, I like the colors, but I feel like this combination, I don't think I would have liked it without the gloss. Like, I was really looking in this mirror like, like, it's my go-to, but something about this color is a little bit off. So their lip colors are, something's a little, I don't know what it is, if they just need some more, the main color like added into it or what. But both lip kits that I tried, which was a dark one that I have called Fantasy, and then this one Dream, it was just something just a little bit off, and it needed another something to go with it to make it bang, make it it. These eyeshadow palettes though, honey, they apply and blend so beautifully. When I first tried out the eyeshadow primer, I was a little bit confused on it just because of the consistency. It's like, it was like greasy, but when it dries down, so I feel like it's a bomb primer eyeshadow base for people with oily eyes. People always ask me, are oily lids? And I'm like, I don't know what else to suggest besides like concealer and powder, but they say like the oils seep through that. But I feel like this locks it on down, and like when I put my P. Louise base on top of it, you can even see that the P. Louise base applies differently on top of this Profusion shadow base that they have. So I kind of like this combination now. I don't know if it's sold individually, but that may be like my new staple, is to put the Profusion shadow base and then my P. Louise, because I just think the pigment pops so much more. These shadows are so easy to work with. Like I said, they blend and mesh with each other so well, you know, from the varying palettes that I have. So I'm just really pleased with Profusion right now. So if you have not, this is definitely something that you need to go try, and it's not gonna destroy your wallets trying to do it. So yes, Profusion, y'all get a gold star, okay? We're lit in here. I just want everything at this point now. Like, so yeah, these are products that will definitely be included in a giveaway that I plan to do soon. I'm trying to rack some stuff up. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I don't do tutorials often because I just don't. It takes a lot of time to film. It takes a lot of time to edit. My camera only goes for 23 minutes, and like doing this is like a 2.5 hour beat because I was just vibing to music and listening, and I have to show the products. Like, it's just a lot. So I don't do tutorials often, but if you would like them more, definitely drop it in the comments below. I want to give you guys what you want to watch, so just let me know and I'll create it for you. But if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know, we gotta continue to grow the fam. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and I will see y'all in the next one. Stay true.
I ain't parking at a less than meter green, homie. Haircut several months in between, homie. Hit the motherfucking lights when I leave, homie. Single ply TP, ass bleed, Airbnb.